Good morning, everybody on the Rosie Murphy channel, and welcome to another YouTube upload as we take a closer look of economic and market news today. And we're going to focus on market news because in my lifetime, I've never seen a commodity literally cut more than in half in one day. And at the current time, as I'm recording this, I'm looking at a crude oil price of $7.91 a barrel on the New York Mercantile Exchange, and I can't even remember in life the last time that oil was $7.91 a barrel. But it's part and parcel of what's going on in the world today, and to me, it's the real canary in the coal mine that is. I hate to say it, maybe telling the truth about the future and things that are coming up. We're in an era of manipulated markets right now, and I wasn't really sure until this morning when you see stocks like the energy companies, the Exxons, the Chevron, Mobiles, that don't even budge in the face of their principal commodity being cut in half in a few hours. And it's startling to me because the implications for that are incredible. When you think about cost structures of the highest priced producers that maybe require oil around $40 a barrel, the frackers, the people like that. And then you get down to the next level of some of these smaller integrated oil companies that have their own fields. They might be expensive fields that were purchased or discovered and drilled out. Maybe they need $27 a barrel of oil to make a go of it and to stay in business. You get down to below $10 a barrel, and even the majors, the biggest of the bigs of the bigs, there's probably not a feasible way that they're going to make any appreciable money below $20 a barrel on oil. It's not even economical to extract it from the ground, much less at $7.91. That is a market that, despite the efforts of the United States to mediate some agreement between Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Mexico, ended up going where it wanted to go, because the futures markets look ahead. They're looking at world demand for oil and energy, and they're not liking what they're seeing. And people are getting out of Dodge while they can. So what does that say about other markets? Well, if governments are willing to go in and put $500 billion, $500 billion packages, rescue packages together for small business and other things, and that could be perfectly okay. I mean, small business is certainly the backbone of our nation. But you can also believe if they're in there buying bonds and supporting municipal bonds that are probably junk grade right now, that it's a pretty sure bet that they're in there running the stock market, and they got the plunge patrol on there too. Which makes it, in my mind, a kind of a dangerous game. A couple weeks ago, Trump was crowing that he put together this major deal in crude oil between these warring OPEC and non-OPEC members, principal of which were Saudi Arabia and Russia. And that was at $20 to $23 a barrel. And look at us today. Just today, down $10.36 a barrel at $7.91. Will we bounce from here? Of course. But it's probably going to be a long time until we see something on the order of $20 a barrel again. And if the market here was manipulated, which they attempted to do, you can imagine when the manipulation ends in the stock market, which I'm pretty sure is taking place right now, because it's really a bellwether of attention that people watch what's going on with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I tell you, there's the possibility that the same thing could happen that's happening to crude oil. You could just totally crater and melt away as the world faces this reality. This is the problem. Why manipulated markets never hold over the long term. Why cartels, why monopolies always fall apart over the long haul. Because they artificially try to sustain prices. And that invites a lot of competitors to come in and start drilling for things like oil. And before you know it, they're like, wow, we never knew there was so much oil down there. Or, geez, we just discovered a new $1.5 billion mother lode of oil. In other words, their own greed in having sustained high prices is what is their undoing in the end. Not only does everybody and his mother get out there with a drill rig and pull exploration permits where possible, but it introduces whole new industries like the solar industry that over time are chipping away more and more and more at the foundations of demand for crude oil. We also see that over time it doesn't get built back, and it's also, solar is a clean energy. It's in keeping with potential climate change and things like that. The point of today is that manipulated markets can work in the short term. They can work in the intermediate term, as OPEC shows. But now the fallout of that is going to be severe, because in manipulating the markets over 40, 50 years, they created a dependence on the continuance of that high price. Middle Eastern countries built on $50, $70 a barrel oil, never imagining the day oil might be below $10 a barrel. Well, that day has arrived. What does it say for the budgets of oil-producing nations? What does it say for the stability, political stability of those nations as the money dries up, which it will? And what does it say in our own country, states like Oklahoma and Texas and the energy belt and North Dakota, when all of a sudden every tank is full, every tanker is filled, every railroad tank car is filled with oil, and there's no place else to put it? What happens to state budgets? Well, we know, don't we? Manipulated markets, cartels, monopolies are enemies of the people, but they always contain the seeds of their own destruction. But unfortunately, where few people live off the high life of those prices, when it collapses, the manipulated commodity, a lot more people, the ripple effects of that can be catastrophic. Those lives, those budgets would have never been built on $70, $80, $90, $100, $150 a barrel oil. And because people are given to think linearly in a straight line, they always imagine what they see today will always be in the future. They can never imagine a road that goes off of a cliff. And therein lies the big problem with manipulated markets, because when that road ends, the fall is not an easy one. It's a brutal one, and there's a lot of bodies littered at the bottom of the canyon. A lot of collateral damage too. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay masked up if you go out, and good luck to everybody.